Mabuhay, Kamustika, welcome. How are you? This is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. Today is the second part of a three-part video series I have. The topics are why my wife won't leave me, why I believe my wife won't lie to me, and why I believe my Filipina wife will not cheat on me. So just like I did the first time, I want to stress that I'm not being cocky, I'm not being overconfident. I haven't reached a point in over 3 years of marriage where I have all the answers and everything goes perfectly well all the time. That is not the case. I just don't like the idea of living with somebody, kind of always wondering in the back of your mind if she's being honest with you. So today, this is going to be about why I believe my Filipina wife will not lie to me. I have read stories of wives doing things behind their husband's back, not wanting him to know what they are up to, but eventually, the husband can't trust his wife. And here's some reasons why I believe I can. Now, from the start, I have stressed to my wife to be totally honest with me, as I will be totally honest with her. It helps that I'm a transparent person anyway, but my wife not so much. And I'm, totally comfortable being honest and sharing things. Some people are more reserved. And I don't want to deceive my wife. I want her to accept me for who I am, knowing that I have shortcomings. I want to improve those shortcomings so I can be a better husband over time. I don't want her to think that I am someone I am not. And I don't want her to think that she has to pretend to be someone that she's not. My wife should be able to tell me anything that she has done or is presently thinking, feeling, believing, or experiencing without feeling ashamed or being afraid. I think we should be able to tell each other anything. This is a type of environment I feel that I need to create for us. I think life is just too short for pretension. It just goes by so fast. And so I just want to be real. And I believe that at some point, maybe not right away, we should be able to be completely open about our pasts. Now that just reminds me that, some of you may have a opinion on some of these comments that I'm making, so please share your comments. I'm sure some of you feel that the past may be a sacred ground and you shouldn't go there. But for the purpose of the video and trusting each other, I think it's important that I'd be able to share about my past and my wife be able to share about her past, and that not change the way that we feel about each other. So please leave your comments. You're welcome to subscribe. I'd appreciate that. To Love Beyond the Sea, it's a channel to help foreigners and the Filipinas in marriage. So, this is just about why I think I can trust my Filipina to not lie about me. And another reason is there are clothes, about being honest, there are some clothes I wish she would wear now and then just because I like them. And I express that to her, but she sometimes isn't comfortable and has her reasons. And I have to accept that, she's just doing what I want her to do, and that's being honest and say she's not comfortable. And I have to feel safe that I can, tell her what appeals to me on the one hand, and on the other hand, my wife should feel safe to tell me if she's uncomfortable. I can't tell if she has told me everything in life, but I believe she knows that I have been very honest with her in everything. Another reason is I haven't caught my wife in any lies or any deception. She showed me a GPS thing on our phone the other day that we could use to be able to tell where each other was, and I liked that idea. Recently, my wife and I went shopping. Well, it wasn't that recent because there was snow on the ground, and I couldn't contact her. Turns out her phone was on low battery, and I began to worry. I called her friend's husband. She was with his wife, and he was not able to contact his wife. I got really worried that they got stuck in the snow somewhere. and it was kind of getting icy and unsafe to drive. So finally, this man got his daughter to use a GPS that she had on her mother's phone, and it showed they were at Costco. I made my way there, risking the elements, went inside, and there they were, laughing and pushing the shopping cart around. My wife is able to see all my emails and any social media I use, so she knows I'm being as honest with her as I can. And sometimes she'll browse my YouTube videos and read comments. There are times she'll peek at my Christian Filipina account. I'm a member there. I paid for a lifetime membership and got married in less than 8 weeks. So I'm still a member because I like to do some work for them now and then, and I like to be able to chat with members now and then. So I still have an account, and she'll check that out once in a while because she knows that now and then Filipinas will leave comments. And virtually 100% of them, the comments have been, "I'm so glad you found a wife. You two look good together. I hope I find a man somewhere, that will love me." And so, I'm not hiding anything. If they say something, I want her to be able to see that. I'm just not worried about it. And I think when you don't have anything to hide, you don't have to be nervous. So we were open on social media, and I have a video on that. I don't think I've released it yet, but I will. So another positive sign for me that my wife will not lie to me is that she has always, to my knowledge, been consistent in the things that she said. Before we got married, we had to talk a lot to get to know each other. And I think everything she told me was the truth. When you go through immigration and all that paperwork, you have to disclose certain things. And as far as I know, everything that she told me beforehand was on there. Everything was on the level, what she did as a job, and her friends and her family, and just different things, where they worked. I didn't think anything was fabricated. Another reason that I don't believe my wife will lie to me is I actually gave her the chance to manage our finances, but she just got an overview on what our budget looks like, how it's updated, when we purchase things, how to write checks, pay bills online, and so on. And she was likely kind of overwhelmed by it and was happy to just let me continue to do it. It's a system I've had that I've used for probably 15, 16 years. So I can understand her just letting me continue to do that. But I did offer it to her because I believed she could do it, and I know she wants me to think that she's competent, and she is, and so I was going to let her handle this, the expenses, the budget, and so on, online, and she's letting me do that, and that's fine. I see everything. She has her own checking account. So there's no way she can slip something past me because I'm going to see everything that we spent. And I'm not worried about her pulling a fast one on me. We just need to communicate about money things. So I have a video on not controlling your Filipina. So I have to be consistent. And so one day, my wife was talking to me about cutting her hair. Well, I didn't want her to cut her hair, but women do like to try different hairstyles, and she had her reasons for this, but we hadn't really decided on anything. I would need to be mentally ready for her to cut her hair because I really liked her hair long. I married her with long hair, and I didn't want to see her just cut her hair. But one night, this was in the Philippines, 2016 vacation, she came home and said, "Look," and she had cut her hair, and I think I was asleep, and what I said would violate, YouTube guidelines, so I can't repeat what I said, but I was unhappy. Now, did she deceive me? Well, not exactly, because she'd been talking about it, how much she wanted to do it, how it was uncomfortable for her long hair to be put up in some kind of a bun because they have to wear these hair nets. And she said it was getting long and uncomfortable, and okay, well, maybe that's the case. So that's probably the closest thing I've seen that maybe she was not honest with me, but like I'm saying, I don't believe that was the case, because we did talk about it. She had her reasons. She's a woman. Women like to try different hairstyles because they can, and I do like the way it looks. It looks cute on her. Like somebody at work said, probably makes her look a little younger yet, and that's fine. But I guess I wish I was more prepared for it. But that's all part of marriage, and she didn't just do it. It's something we had discussed before. So in the overall scheme of things, is that big a deal? It was a good learning experience for both of us, and a necessary part for us learning how to live with each other. And I hope that she felt that she could cut it and I wouldn't blast her for cutting her hair. There's just something about lying in bed with your Filipina and seeing that long, beautiful black hair on the pillow. There have been some statements that she made that, I trust she's being honest with me, such as she wants a baby, but is content, if that doesn't happen. She isn't sure if she wants United States citizenship, and another thing she says is she wouldn't stay in the United States if we were childless and I died, then she doesn't want to live here. She would move back to the Philippines. And if she tells me a family member needs help, I don't think she's lying to me about that either. So in addition to believing my Filipino wife will not leave me, I hope you can see why I don't worry about about being lied to by my love beyond the sea.